What's going on, y'all? It's Cop Pizzle. So, got a couple videos that I want to make before we kind of close up shop here. This is kind of just an end of the season review. And look, if you would have asked me at the start of the year, hey, we're gonna make the playoffs, but we're not gonna, win the Super Bowl or anything. We're just gonna make the playoffs. Would you take it? And I would absolutely would have taken it. Even getting a playoff win was amazing this year. And look, I wouldn't have signed up for losing to the Eagles. And which, by the way, if you haven't seen, the Philadelphia Eagles Instagram page made a funny little video. They put a couple clips together, and Pizzle was in it. And I'm not going to sit here and lie. As for a professional sports team to take a piece of my content and use it because they deem it to be funny or whatever, it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie, even if it's the Eagles. My content has went further than I ever imagined it would go. And I'm really proud of that. I'm proud of, the stuff I've put out there. And so it was cool to see. And look, as a fan, as a passionate Giants fan and somebody that loves the Giants, I want my rivals to know that I don't like them. And so the Philadelphia Eagles, they know. And I think that's pretty cool. So I just wanted to say that this season was a success. I know that it hurts right now, for the Giants to be out of the playoffs and lose the Eagles the way they did. But we needed to get back to building a winning culture, and that's what this Giants team did this year. This team has laid the foundation for teams, the teams to come for the Giants, to be able to understand that, hey, you're coming to a winning environment now, which is something we haven't been able to say the last 5 years. I had a lot of fun this year. It was the cool thing for me, or the thing that I enjoyed the most about it was, I'm a huge Giants fan, obviously, but there are times that, I've always viewed like players are kind of like actors in a movie, right? And I'm sure you guys that think the NFL is rigged and all that, you're like, yeah, they're paid actors. But anyways, so a season is like a movie or a story, and so you get invested with some of the actors or the players involved. And so I've always been that way. When I was a kid, there were certain players on the team that I just linked myself to, or just really enjoyed watching play. And so for that, this year was obviously, Daniel Jones is one of them, and Darius Slayton. And those two were getting a lot of heat in training camp, and, it was all out there. And so for me, I was unsure about, how those two guys would perform this year. But to see them have some success was really awesome, was really fun for me to watch. And I know Darius Slayton is frustrated some of you guys out there, but it was really cool to see him play this year and have an impact, considering there was many people and many content creators saying that he was going to get cut. As far as this Giants team goes, they've got a lot of work to do in terms of bringing back a lot of their guys, Daniel and Saquon, Sexy Dexy, but offensively, Evan Neal's got to get better, right? And I would love for them to kind of improve the interior offensive line. I thought the offensive line played the best it's played in a long time. This unit, did a lot better than previous years. I love the way Daniel Jones played this year. I think he's going to only improve. And, I'm not going to be bothered by whatever the contract ends up being. I'm just going to be happy that he's a part of the organization either way. You know, and as far as the receivers go, I wanted to say Bellinger, it's kind of like a mid-year, just feeling on that. I think he's a great blocker. I think he did a lot of great blocking. And, he had a weird year with the eye injury and stuff like that. So hopefully he can grow from this. He's a rookie, just like Evan Neal. Like, hopefully these guys can grow from this. As far as the receivers go, I know a lot of people think that it's a big overhaul that needs to happen, but in my opinion, it just needs a little bit of love, like just a little sprinkle of something. I definitely think they'll address that in the draft. I don't see how they can go and get that big free agent or make that big trade when they have so much in-house stuff that they need to take care of. But I don't think it needs as much attention as people says it does. Yes, we do need a true number one receiver, but I just feel like it's not as, look, there needs something needs to happen, but to me it's not the worst of the worst, if that makes any sense. When you get to the defensive side of the ball, the worst of the whole team is the linebacking core. We have, this is the reason why the Minnesota Vikings did whatever they wanted offensively, and the reason why the Eagles tore us up, because our linebacking core was just awful. It's terrible. And that has to improve in the offseason. If there's one thing Joe Schoen and this team has to improve in the offseason, is this linebacking core. Because that just wasn't, we weren't good there at all. I'd love if Leonard Williams can still be a part of this team, if they can restructure something, and I'd love Dexter Lawrence, and I think Kayvon's only going to build on it. Azeez has got to learn how to stay healthy. I think the Giants have to consider getting another edge rusher this offseason, because you can't count on Azeez at this point. The secondary, I don't know how I feel about Julian Love going forward. I think he played the best he's ever played, but he just seems a little undersized to me. I love that he tried. I love his effort. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to talk down on anybody, because it was a fun season, and I really thoroughly enjoyed it as a fan. But the secondary could use a piece here and there. But to me, that interior offensive line and that linebacking core needs to be addressed terribly. And so that's the thing that I'll be looking towards as far as this offseason go, when it comes to additions, whether it's draft, trades, free agency, whatever the case may be. I know Joe Schoen and Dable, that was their first offseason last year, but to me, this is their real first offseason coming up just around the corner. And so their big impact on this team needs to show this offseason. So I'm excited about this offseason. This is the first time I've actually been really excited about offseason, because I want to see what these guys do with this team and what they're going to show us. I feel like what they value in terms of positional value. It'll be interesting to see. But I also just want to, and I'm gonna do another video where I just kind of talk to you guys. I just wanted to give you guys my thoughts about the team. I hope our coaches can stay and things like that. I hope everything works out on that front. I'd love to run it back with Kafka and Martindale and everybody involved. I just want to build on this season and see where it goes. And I've got a lot of, assuming that things go great this offseason, I've got a lot of positive feelings about the Giants, not only going into next year, but the year after next and the year after next. And so, to me, what the 2022-2023 season was all about was setting the foundation of a new era of Giants football that we desperately needed and wanted. So, guys, I just had so much fun, talking about this team. They gave me ability. I love to trash talk, and this team actually gave me the ability to do that this year. I had so much fun being able to express myself in videos, and these guys being able to back me up in some cases. And so that was really awesome, and I really enjoyed that. And I hadn't been able to enjoy that the last few years. The last few years, I tried to make something that wasn't really there. try to be as creative as possible. But when your team isn't backing you up, you just look like a fool. And yeah, I mean, yeah, we look like a fool going against the Eagles, but we were in the playoffs, and that's a big deal. And so they're close. They just need to make some adjustments, and we'll see what happens, man. We'll see. It was crazy. It's crazy to end up on, like I said, the Eagles Instagram page at the end of the year. Wasn't expecting that to happen, but it did. And look, that's what this is all about, is mixing it up with your rivals. And I don't know. It was great to mix it up with Mark and Philly 500 this year. A little bit with Rio, and yeah, this was a fun year, and also, I've shown these towels. I got a lot of stuff that people had sent me, and I just want to say thank you for that again, guys. These are things that will definitely be able to decorate the man cave with, and so I just wanted to thank you guys for that, and just everybody that supported this channel this year, and showed it love, and all of the tips that you gave me. I made a little bit of money this year thanks to all you guys being so courteous and giving, and so it just meant a lot to me that you guys cared about this channel, and you supported this channel, and you said kind words, and even if you didn't say anything kind, you talk shit. That's okay too. But it just was a great year to be a New York Giants fan again. It was great to be on YouTube. I'm so glad that I was able to document it and put it out there. And it was what it was. So just thank you guys for being a part of it, and being a part of the channel. And we made some good post-game videos this year, I thought, right? I mean, there were some videos that there were some post-game videos that I had a blast making, and others that were just frustrating, and I think my favorite video that I made was the no, it wasn't even a post-game video, but it was the one where me and my family, we were in our Jeep, and I told Baby Doll that we were going to the playoffs, and I think the Giants were 6-2, 7-2 at the time, and so it just felt good to say that, and then have that feeling again of the Giants being back. So yeah, just appreciate you guys watching this year. Love what the Giants did this year. Hopefully they can build on it. I tell you this, I actually want to buy some more Giants gear this offseason. I mean, I've been buying it anyways, but it's like finally, I'm like, you know what? It's time to improve on some things, right? It's time to buy some more T-shirts and some jackets and all kinds of stuff. The last few years, I've just been like in this lull of like, I don't, just not that I'm being a bandwagon fan or a fair weather fan. It's just, I'm just really proud of them this year, and I want to continue to support them even better going forward. So, yeah, that's the Giants. That's my thoughts on the Giants this season. Just really like the way Barkley and Jones stepped up and rose to the occasion. Barkley really stepped up at the end of the year. Really appreciate guys like Darius Slayton, like I said, and Hodgins that just coming out of nowhere, and Richie James and the story, his story, and seeing Kayvon, drafted and being confused on if I liked him or not, then all of a sudden just falling in love with him as far as a player goes, and seeing Dexter Lawrence's huge breakout season, and the unfortunate thing that happened to Xavier McKinney, and Adoree Jackson's big year, and Andrew Thomas being a beast, and there's just a lot of great storylines going forward with the Giants, and I just can't wait for next year. So anyways, guys, it's just been an honor and an absolute privilege to put out content this year and talk about the New York Football Giants. But like I said, I got a couple of videos that I want to make, and then like I said, we'll close up shop. But yeah, just appreciate you guys watching.